Alrighty, folks, we are talking with Cody Davis, someone who is a multimillionaire in his mid-20s, just got married. So let's all send him congratulations to his lovely wife, Ashley. And oh, by the way, he is simplifying his life. He is getting out of partnerships, which means we are moving pieces of debt and equity around. So we're going to check in with him, see what's going on, see if he's created any alligators by accident. But yes, let's talk about moving equity and debt around. How you doing, Cody?
Well, pretty good. I've been simplifying stuff for the last couple of years. I'm up to 80 rentals, no partners. And that's without
Nice.
actively trying to buy more. That's just buying partners out. But like you referenced, I did create an alligator. And so luckily it's a little one. It's a baby, but it's still an alligator nonetheless.
Yeah.
And it is on my smallest property in the portfolio, which I I guess out of all the problems you could have is not the worst one, but
It's not the worst one. Yeah. It's better than the biggest property. That's for sure.
yes. So it is a single family house, 280 ADUs,
Mm.
and I'm getting a DSCR loan right now through Convoy Home Loans. Despite being in a small market, we referenced that a few videos ago, they're still getting it done. So that's exciting. I should get final loan approval today. I'm buying out the partners. But the problem is I basically did a burr. I pulled money out, and then that money is going to the partners.
Got it.
And I want to buy myself. It will break even, which means it will lose money.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's hitting a 1 debt coverage ratio, a little north of that. And so it's basically, it'll lose money, but it is the best I could do with the pieces I have.
Yeah, it's interesting to talk about. So, folks, if you don't know what an alligator is, that is the only picture in my first book, and it actually references the first property Olivia and I bought. We bought Norris Drive, and then I think it was 3 or 4 years later we did a cash out refi. I did not know what I was doing, and the bank asked how much I wanted. I said, "How much can I get?" And they gave me a lot. And literally, I did not know what my mortgage payment was going to be until I got that mortgage payment a month or so later. And again, keep in mind, Norris Drive rented for $1,095. My mortgage payment, as I recall, was $1,200 or $1,250, which means I am guaranteed to lose money before property management and repairs and anything like that. So I did create that image of no alligator. It's an alligator eating a bag of money. It's not something you want, but we all go there. And you've taken on a big challenge, right? Simplifying your portfolio, getting to 80 units all by yourself, which means you got to pay people off. And sometimes that's debt. And certainly nice to be on the smallest property. But yeah, it's at least for me, I remember every month writing the mortgage payment, just feeling like a complete idiot. It's like, damn it, I lost money again.
That is brutal. Mine's not that bad. The payment's going to be around $5,000 a month, and it'll bring in about $7,000. So it's still going to cover the taxes, the insurance, utilities, and all that. But the thing is, if you have a break-even property, you're going to lose money.
Yes.
There's no in between. Like you make a lot of money or you lose money. You don't usually just cover cost. Right. So that'll be what it'll be. But the good thing is the investors are getting taken care of. It's my last real partnership that I need to knock out. I have a couple small partnerships, but they're easy. I run the show on those, and they're low stress. They'll cash flow. So happy there. But what I'm doing to help with that, because some people are going to do everything right and they're still going to end up in a bad position where they may have an alligator at one point or another. Sure. I'm optimizing my debt on the good properties. And so, like an example, I have a loan for $2.5 million on a 39 unit, and it's 6.7% interest, 30-year AM. I'm actually working on refinancing it right now to 6.25. And while that doesn't save a whole bunch on the interest, it's going to be interest only for 18 months. And some people like interest only, some people don't. It covers at the higher rate with the amortization, which just means I'm paying it down. But with interest only, I'm going to free up thousands a month in cash flow. So it's going to be a few $1,000s a month. And I'm being intentional with that money. So I'm not going to go like that would be a McLaren payment. But what I'm going to do is take that money and amortize some of the final investor contracts. Like I got one for $20,000. I got one for 25. And I'm going to start amortizing those really hard with the extra savings that I got from not paying down my bigger loans.
Got it.
And yeah, in 18 months, it's going to amortize. But the thing is, I'm not pulling cash out of those. And it currently covers with an amortized payment at a higher interest rate. So it makes the cash flow much better now. And then down the road, it's still a little better, but I get to be very intentional with where that money's going. And that'll also help me out with this alligator.
Yeah. Yeah. So that extra $2,000 a month you're creating with interest only for 18 months, that will help you pay off one, if not both of those smaller loans, which will free up, capital going forward as well.
And those are at 12%. So those aren't.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm basically borrowing at 6 to pay off 12. And I thought about that last night. I couldn't sleep. And the things I think about, I was like, okay, if I'm not paying it down, I'm basically borrowing my pay down to put it somewhere else. And so I'm borrowing at 6 or 6.25 to pay off 12. I'm very happy with that.
No, anybody who has debt 10, 11, 12, that should be something you jump on. Pay that debt off. Even if it's real estate debt. I think real estate debt 10, 11, 12 is too expensive. That stuff's got to go.
Yeah. And so I'm really being intentional. And for those who are feeling like they may have some pieces they got to move around, you can optimize other properties in your portfolio to help assist where you're stuck. Now, that doesn't fix that problem, but it gives you breathing room to fix that problem, which is the thing most people feel stressed about.
Yeah. I am curious about this current alligator. Obviously, you're doing a new DSCR loan, so there's going to likely come prepayment penalties and the like. But did you ever just consider selling it? Did you ever consider that?
It's not a matter of wanting to, it's a matter of timing. And so that loan, we had a couple lenders working on it. This was one of my last deals with my buddy Christian, and we had some lenders, and then they didn't come through for one reason or another. So we got to maturity, and the loan went from 6 to 12. And so it's like, we could try and sell it, but if it doesn't sell, now we're really crunched.
Yeah.
So I'm refinancing it. I'm taking on the debt, and eventually when we pay off the loan, because that's something Ashley and my wife, will be able to pay off, it'll probably become a vacation place for us, because it's the downstairs ADUs pay $1,500 a month each, and they could be $2,100. And so it could cash flow really strong when we get it paid off. And it's just a matter of, I'm borrowing more money than I probably should, but that's to take care of people that believed in me when I got started. So I'm paying it forward and doing the right thing.
No, yeah, you've always got to do the right thing. Reputation, right? It takes years to build and minutes to destroy. So I think you're doing the right things, but it's also important to recognize where you are, and calling this an alligator is accurate. And that probably shouldn't feel great. And, but you also need to move forward, and you're doing other things to mitigate, the process. So I think you're doing the right things. Sometimes you got to do, you got to go backwards to go forwards. And I think you're doing the right things.
Yeah. And I wouldn't do it again, but the right thing, you can get a lot of lessons from it too. I've done that in the past, where I had a mentor steal a bunch of money from folks, and I took care of those people because they were in my sphere. I think we may have talked about that, but the lessons I gained and the relationships I built from doing that are worth it. So for any listeners who may be dealing with that, it's worth going through the struggle bus now, so you don't have to later.
Yeah. And again, it's still mind blowing to me that you're doing all of this in your mid 20s, and you've got 50 years ahead of you still. So it's fun to see you, step up and do the right things now, because it's only going to pay off in spades later. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. And I'm going to focus on, once these last investors are paid off, if I can shift my bigger debts to interest only and then hammer out the last little notes, then I'm paying off the properties. So one by one, I'm actually going to start paying them off, and I'll put a line of credit on it in case I really need something. But one by one, pay off the 12plex, pay off the 15. It's going to start to become a pretty strong portfolio. It's going to take probably 5 years to get my first property paid off, get the 12, because I owe $973,000. But when it's paid off, and now I'm 30, now I can really start to build, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Well, this is going to be fun. You're obviously coming out to the Vegas event. I shared the day one summary on the Daily Financial News today. You are the lead-off batter. You were the first speaker on the first day. I couldn't imagine somebody more fun and exciting to get up there. Gen Z, 25, multimillionaire. What kind of wisdom are you going to share with the audience, you think?
Well, that is going to be the only presentation I will ever prepare for. Mark, the financial firefighter, asked me, because we did a video every Monday, and I wing a lot of things. And he's like, "You going to wing that?" And I was like, "I respect Mike too much to do that." The
Appreciate that.
1% chance that it goes poorly is not a chance I'm willing to take. So I will actually put a lot of detailed
Nice.
thought into that presentation, and that will be a one of one because I've never prepared for a presentation before.
That's going to be so much fun. I could not imagine a better guy kicking us off, setting the stage, getting people excited, showing what's possible. And and your wife's coming. We get to meet her as well.
We will both be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's been fun chatting with her more and more because we were talking this morning and she wants to become more intentional on the real estate side. So she's watching some of the Ken McElroy podcasts and Robert Kiyosaki stuff I've been watching and getting her mind in that.
Do you think she'd ever do a show with you and her together on like next Monday? Both of you come, or is she busy at work outside of the house?
She works. We could probably set something up though.
All right. Well, ping her. See if she'd be down to do a joint conversation. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. Well, you take care. Have a great week. And thank you for everything.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Bye. Bye.